Your Pinpoint Forecast with meteorologist Cedric Haynes.
Here in the Storm Center, and of course one of the big questions I continue to receive as we've gone throughout the day is a lot of people want to know, why are the computer models showing such different things at this stage of the game? And well, it's really based on a big synoptic pattern that we have setting up, and I'll try to talk more about that here in just a second. But first I want to show you what's going on with the latest on our system right now. Winds at 65 miles per hour. Pressure down to 993 millibars. Notice on the satellite pictures really starting to become quite a bit more defined right now, organizing, and it's blossoming with thunderstorms right now. This is what we like to call a diurnal maximum right now. This is the peak time when you see these storms developing, but the difference is these storms are starting to wrap around the center there, and it's showing that the system is again becoming much more organized tonight. Now you can see on the radar picture, you can see, look how these bands start getting closer together here. This spiraling action now begins to wrap around a little bit better. That again is that circulation that's starting to get a little bit better there, and of course it's lashing Florida with a ton of rainfall, but our system again is becoming more organized. Winds are going from east to west now across the west coast of Florida here, and winds are down into the teens now, but they were into the 30 to 40 mile per hour range earlier today, and that's sustained winds. And of course wind gusts earlier today were quite a bit higher than this. Right now we're seeing wind gusts around Key West still over 40 miles an hour, and wind gusts near 40 miles per hour up and down the east coast of Florida as well, towards West Palm Beach, heading over towards Fort Lauderdale and Miami right now. Here's our big system. You can see Isaac now starting to move into our radar picture now, and you can see again pushing on off towards the north and east. You also see a front off to our west. Really, it's not really having a big impact on our local weather right now. Here's what's going on. This is why the models are showing two different things. There's basically two different camps. If you look at the models, the spaghetti plots, which a lot of people like to look at, you notice you have that split, kind of like a V-shape going on toward the end of the model run. Well, here's what's taking place. We have this trough that we're watching that's dipping on down now into the midsection of the country. Now, one set of models are showing that this trough will dive down south enough to actually pull Isaac to the north, and this would make a landfall around the Mississippi coast. That's solution number one. Now, the other solution that some of our other reliable models are showing is this trough actually staying to the north and moving by and leaving Isaac to the south. If that was to happen, then this storm would follow this line up towards the north, and then it would get left behind. So as it gets left behind, it would actually start sliding back towards the west, and that would be very bad for the Louisiana coast there. So which one is correct? Well, we're still waiting to determine that, but of course we're starting to see that the National Hurricane Center is continuing to shift that cone to the west, but we still have some questions about that. So again, it's always best to be prepared no matter what, and if nothing happens, then hey, at least you're prepared for the next go around. But again, we're watching. There's still a good split in the models, but you can see obviously a decent shift to the west today. But of course, let's keep in mind another reliable model that doesn't show up on that spaghetti plot. Our European model shows this system moving into Mississippi right now and well away from us. But again, our reliable GFS model, which is the American global model, shows this storm system raking across the Louisiana coastline. So definitely, there's still something we're going to have to watch in our newest microcast, which is our KPLC own model that's ran right here in-house. Is showing a disturbing picture as well across Louisiana. But again, we'll have to just see what that trough decides to do, if it will decide to pick up Isaac or if it will leave it behind. That's going to be the big question. But obviously, we're going to be tracking it for you every step of the way here at KPLC. So tune in this week. And, of course, follow the official Hurricane Center forecast as of now, again, showing this system moving up. But, of course, it's shifted to the west now, showing a landfall in Louisiana. So this one we're going to have to watch because hurricane warnings are in effect. So here's your extended forecast, again showing us that Isaac is going to be a big player in our forecast, and so we'll be watching that. Let's go throughout the week.
All right, thanks, Cedric. Well, up next in Sports Extra Time, we'll tell you about a new addition to the LSU men's basketball team. Sam Gannon